ever wonder what could have been? The story of is one of incredible highs and for many a deeply disappointing conclusion. Um, uh, but what if things had gone differently? What if HBO hadn't rushed the final seasons, potentially sacrificing a legendary television run? Let's rewind to 2016. I Had Talked questions were at its peak, captivating audiences worldwide. HBO announced the series would conclude after two shortened seasons. It was a shock, especially considering the show was adapting George R. R. Martin's still unfinished novels. Uh, Initially, the plan was a one-to-one adaptation, one season per book. This worked beautifully for the first two seasons. However, as the novels grew in complexity, showrunners David Benioff and DB Weiss decided to split the third book across two seasons. This seemed reasonable, but it signaled a shift in approach. It became clear they wanted to wrap things up quickly. They began condensing and cutting source material, prioritizing spectacle over substance. The pacing changed noticeably, and by the final season, many felt the show had lost its way. But why did HBO allow this to happen? At its original pace, could have easily run for 12 seasons or more. This would have allowed the story to unfold organically, keeping viewers hooked for years to come. Instead, HBO chose to expedite the ending, a decision that remains baffling to many. And consider the investment HBO has made in spinoffs since the original series ended. Is currently in production, costing a staggering $20 million per episode, more than the final season of itself. They're planning even more Westeros content. Gall of Book, if money was the issue, keeping the original series going would have been a viable option. It's easy to blame George R. R. Martin for not finishing the books, but the real responsibility lies with HBO and the showrunners. They treated the later seasons as a cinematic outline of the plot rather than a faithful adaptation. Martin could have been brought in to write or plot episodes, but his role was diminished. The ending of wasn't perfect, but it was rushed. Years of potential storytelling were crammed into just 4 seasons, resulting in a divisive conclusion. It's a shame, really. It's so happy. I certainly, it's like ordering a feast and getting a handful of crumbs. And and speaking of crumbs, what do you call a dragon with no teeth? Toothless. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.